authorities decided to launch a very sudden and 4-day military exercise around Taiwan as a warning sign, both to Nancy Pelosi and those people in strong support for Taiwan, and also to the ruling party in Taiwan as a signal that you cannot do something I don't want you to do, including Taiwan independence. And that's why we have seen such a sudden military exercise going on around Taiwan. And these military drills, I think, signified the growing capacity of the PLA in conducting necessary containment or area denial during the wartime or during the armed conflict time. Also, I think these military drills have manifested the advanced technology capability of the PLA in controlling its muscles and in sending advanced fighters or ships to the waters near Taiwan. Also, I think the military exercise are something that to show the United States administrations that don't come to get involved. I have the absolute capability to exclude you from the neighboring waters around Taiwan or from the airspace around Taiwan. I think the U.S. is going to consider twice after seeing such military exercise around Taiwan and the determination demonstrated by the People's Liberation Army. I think the Tsai administration is exercising a great deal of self-restraint when seeing these military drills from mainland China. But what surprised me is that when these military drills are already in the sovereign scope of the Republic of China and also within the territorial water of the Republic of China, but the Tsai administration hasn't made necessary and strong response to those, that has been aimed at the sovereign rights and sovereign territories of the Republic of China. So I think maybe the Tsai administration is expecting that its low-profile attitudes would help, calm down the emergencies in the Taiwan Strait or around Taiwan. But on the other hand, I think the Tsai administration should have undertaken some more straightforward statements to protect the sovereignty of the Republic of China. Otherwise, in the future, maybe the People's Liberation Army is going to pose more military drill areas around the island of Taiwan and always within the territorial waters of Taiwan. Then what can Taiwan do? And if the People's Liberation Army can do that all the time, then I think in international law, the PRC can claim that, see, Taiwan is of course part of mine, so I can do whatever to Taiwan. So I think maybe we need to see a more assertive attitude from the Tsai administration in the near future, or I think the Tsai administration is failing to respond to these military drills from the mainland China. And this is a very high tension situation that is rarely seen in international politics. And not too many sovereign governments are willing to get involved without knowing why the PRC government is so angry at Taiwan and why the PRC government is so much willing to take such military drills to threaten Taiwan. And also, these governments may not know what the next steps is for the PRC. So I think that's why they have been very cautious of their response to these military drills. But eventually, I think there will be more and more international support for Taiwan because Taiwan, so far, of course, Taiwan under this current ruling party is not in a good relationship with mainland China. But I think, we should use some peaceful means to solve disputes. So I think more and more countries and international organizations might stand with Taiwan, trying to figure it out how the two sides of the Taiwan Strait can sit down and find a way to talk about their mutual concern and to talk about the way to solve disputes. What we are seeing is this military threat imposed by the People's Liberation Army on Taiwan. And I do not think these current military drills would trigger further armed conflict between Taiwan and mainland China. But, we're going to see more and more missiles coming around Taiwan, and we're going to see more and more fighters and military ships cruising toward Taiwan. And, Taiwan's armed force has to respond. So when the two armies get closer and closer, I think there is a chance, to make this encounter become a military conflict, even a war, which is something I don't want to see. So now I can say that the possibility of seeing a war between Taiwan and mainland China is close to zero. But as long as the two sides' military vehicles get closer, then the chance is getting a little bigger.